Hallo zusammen! Today I'm gonna show you how to bake a delicious walnut cinnamon cake, and I'm gonna do that in German, auf Deutsch, so you can see me bake and learn some German words and phrases along the way. Sounds intriguing? Well, it is. Enjoy! Some of you may have watched my cookie-related baking in Germany videos, and now we're preparing der Kuchen, singular, die Kuchen, plural, the cake, with a throaty version of the German ch phoneme, since it's correlating with a dark vowel here, the U in Kuchen. So it's not Kuchen or something like that, light, but it's rather throaty, dark, ch, Kuchen. So for the preparation of der Teig, singular, die Teige, plural, the dough, we need the following ingredients. 250 Gramm Butter oder Margarine. Das Gramm, singular, with 2m in German by the way. Die Gramme, plural, the gram. Die Butter, only singular, butter. Die Margarine, mostly singular, margarine. 300 Gramm Zucker, der Zucker, mostly singular, the sugar. Ein Päckchen Vanillinzucker. Here you can find a very common abbreviation in German recipes for das Rezept, singular, die Rezepte, plural, recipe, PCK, PCK, which stands for das Päckchen, singular, die Päckchen, plural, the packet. It literally means small package, which is a minimized form of das Paket, the package, indicated by the minimizing suffix chen at the end. 3 Eier, das Ei, singular, die Eier, plural, the egg. As short and unseeming as this term is, it contains a diphthong, a specific phoneme that consists of 2 vowels. In this case, the spelling doesn't reveal the pronunciation though. So it's spelled E-I, but it's pronounced I, Eier, and this is common for this specific diphthong E-I in German. 350 Gramm Mehl, das Mehl, mostly singular, the flour. 2 Teelöffel Backpulver, or 2 TL Backpulver, der Teelöffel, singular, die Teelöffel, plural, the teaspoon, which is a compound word of der Tee and der Löffel, commonly abbreviated TL, TL in German recipes. Das Backpulver, singular, die Backpulver, plural, the baking powder. 200 Gramm saure Sahne, sauer, sour, die Sahne, only singular with a prolonging H, indicating that the vowel before it is pronounced long, Sahne, cream. Fett für die Form, das Fett, singular, die Fette, plural, the fat, meaning butter or margarine for instance. Die Form, singular, die Formen, plural, form or also here pan, meaning die Backform, singular, die Backformen, plural, the baking pan or baking form. 1 bis 2 Esslöffel Paniermehl, der Esslöffel, singular, die Esslöffel, plural, the tablespoon, commonly abbreviated EL, EL. Das Paniermehl, mostly singular, breadcrumbs, here it's rather plural though. 150 Gramm brauner Zucker, braun, brown. 125 Gramm gehackte Walnüsse, hacken, to chop. Die Walnuss, singular, die Walnüsse, plural, the walnut. 1 Teelöffel Zimt, or 1 TL Zimt, das or der Zimt, mostly singular, cinnamon. So those are the ingredients, die Zutat, singular, die Zutaten, plural. Jetzt fangen wir an, den Kuchen zu backen. Now we start making the cake, literally baking the cake. Erstens, die Kuchenform gut einfetten. Grease the cake pan well. Die Kuchenform, singular, die Kuchenformen, plural, the cake pan. Einfetten, to grease. Die gefettete Form mit Paniermehl bestreuen. Sprinkle breadcrumbs over the greased pan. Bestreuen, to sprinkle. Für den Rührteig die Margarine mit Zucker und Vanillinzucker schaumig rühren. For the dough, or batter, cream the margarine with sugar and vanilla sugar until fluffy. Der Rührteig, Singular, die Rührteige, Plural, batter or dough, literally stirred dough. Schaumig, fluffy or foamy. Rühren, to stir. Nacheinander die Eier zufügen. Add the eggs one at a time. Nacheinander, one at a time. Mehl und Backpulver mischen und abwechselnd mit der sauren Sahne unter den Teig rühren. Mix the flour and baking powder and stir into the dough alternately with the sour cream. Mischen, to mix. Abwechselnd, alternately. Unterrühren, to stir in. Zweitens. Den Ofen auf 180 Grad Celsius vorheizen. Preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius, meaning 356 degrees Fahrenheit. Who, by the way, was a German physicist, Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. Der Ofen, Singular, die Öfen, Plural, the oven. Vorheizen, to preheat. Für die Füllung braunen Zucker mit gehackten Walnüssen und Zimt mischen. For the filling, mix brown sugar with chopped walnuts and cinnamon. Die Füllung, Singular, die Füllungen, Plural, the filling. Drittens. Ein Drittel des Teigs in die Form geben. Pour 1/3 of the batter into the pan. Das Drittel, Singular, die Drittel, Plural, the third. Darauf die Hälfte der Nuss-Zucker-Mischung geben. Spread half of the nut-sugar mixture on top. Die Hälfte, Singular, die Hälften, Plural, the half. Die Mischung, Singular, die Mischungen, Plural, the mixture. Darauf, on or onto, on something. And by the way, I made a video about the semantic difference between darauf and drauf. Check it out in the end card. Wieder ein Drittel Teig darauf verteilen. Spread another third of the dough on top. Verteilen, to spread. Den Rest des Teigs in die Form geben. Pour the rest of the batter into the pan. Der Rest, Singular, die Reste, Plural, the rest. Mit einer Gabel spiralförmig den Teig mit der Füllung untereinander verrühren. Using a fork, mix the dough and filling together in a spiral motion. Die Gabel, Singular, die Gabeln, Plural, the fork. Spiralförmig, in a spiral motion or form. Viertens. Kuchen im Ofen etwa 60 Minuten bei 180 Grad Celsius backen. Bake the cake in the oven for about 60 minutes at 180 degrees Celsius. Die Minute, Singular, die Minuten, Plural, the minute. Jetzt prüfe ich mit einem Holzstab, ob der Kuchen schon fest genug ist. Now I check with a wooden stick to see if the cake is firm enough. Falls er fest genug ist, bleibt kein Teig am Holzstab kleben. If it is firm enough, no dough will stick to the wooden stick. Wenn noch Teig am Holzstab klebt, braucht der Kuchen noch etwas mehr Zeit. If dough is still sticking to the wooden stick, the cake needs a little more time. Nach dem Backen 15 Minuten ruhen lassen. Leave to rest for 15 minutes after baking. Nach, after. Ruhen, to rest. Dann aus der Form stürzen. Then remove from the pan. This is the step of the process that I was most frightened of, to be honest, in a way. Would I be able to get the cake out of the pan in a safe way? And well, ich habe es geschafft. I achieved it. I did it. Well, mostly. But that's a quite normal thing that may happen with this cake, just so you know, since it also contains chopped walnut pieces. And you know what? Not just in winter times, but especially then, it's one of my favorite cakes ever, because I just love Zimt, cinnamon, walnuts, Walnüsse, and everything else. And it's quite easy to make. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, you learned a new recipe and some German along the way. And with that being said, definitely see you next time. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.